And we are back with Sports Babble with Myles and Quinn. Today we are doing a part 2 of the just all-around NFL news. And so, yeah, we're just going to get into it. We'll see you guys after these words.
Coming soon to Sports Babble Network, we have the all-new design, Chair Up. Chair Up is a design that lets you go up in your chair without having to do all that work to stand up and sit back down. So picture this. You're sitting in your chair and you want to go down to get to that perfect height, but then you go too far and you want to go back up, but you don't want to have to stand up, pull the lever, and sit back down. That's what Chair Up's for. You can just pull one lever, and there you are, going up to the start. So cheer up for Chair Up.
Hello, Professor Dewindle here to talk about Chair Up. Side effects from Chair Up may cause death because fumes coming out of Chair Up is toxic. But don't forget to cheer up for Chair Up.
Courtesy of Morning Light Music for making this awesome sound. And remember, one last time, cheer up for Chair Up.
Hey, this is Quinn, reminding you to please take a moment and smash that like button and subscribe to our channel. And while you're at it, click on the notification bell to never miss an upload of Sports Babble with Myles and Quinn. Enjoy the show. You know, I feel like a lot of our commercial ideas are, a lot of times they're like jokes, like that things that normally you wouldn't see. But I think Chair Up is an actual considerable, I think, put down in the comments if there's a Chair Up design, and maybe the next time you'll see us sitting in Chair Up chairs on the set. You know, I think Chair Up's a legitimate design that could be pretty cool.
When did we make that commercial? Because your voice, Quinn, oh boy.
You were a different Quinn back then.
That was a long time ago. But just remember, side effects do cause death. Anyways, to get onto it, like I said before, we are going to be doing a part 2 of just all-around NFL news while the season sadly is coming to an end.
Great season, though.
Tomorrow we have the NFC and AFC championships, which hopefully are going to be two very good games, which I expect them to be after last week in the divisional round. The Buccaneers squeaked out the win versus the Saints, but although Drew Brees hasn't announced his retirement yet, a lot of people are saying that that might have been the last game we see Drew Brees play. Speaking of retirement, NFL star Philip Rivers has officially announced his retirement, I believe, last week or the start of this week. Yeah. So sad to see him go after the amazing career he had. I know Myles Marcoux, you're a big Philip Rivers fan, so what are your thoughts on that?
Oh, yeah, that's rough for me. I was hoping that this year New England would sign Philip Rivers because he seems like he's the guy who would really fit in the Patriots organization. He gets the ball out quick enough. He doesn't run a lot. He's almost like a Tom Brady-like player. He makes good decisions, doesn't throw a lot of interceptions. So, yeah, I wish we could have signed him. And regularly, I was a pretty big Philip Rivers fan too. He was that guy that, I never hated the Chargers, and I guess I like Philip Rivers on the Chargers, and I was rooting for him and the Colts to go to the Super Bowl this year, but then they lost. So, that's rough. And I mean, he's had a very good career, 17 years, retired as number 17 for the Colts. I honestly think that he will end up making the Hall of Fame just because he's had such a steady and good career. So, yeah, that obviously hurts.
Yeah, definitely Hall of Fame bound after being top 5 in both passing touchdowns and passing yards all time. So that's obviously a phenomenal career. Unfortunately, didn't lead either of his 2 teams he played for to the Super Bowl. But that's what a lot of people think may not have him go to the Hall of Fame. But I still think he's definitely going to go.
I just want to quickly say something. I know like Drew Brees, Tom Brady, and Joe Montana are like top 3 for those categories, but who's the 4th one? Like I know Phillip Rivers, and then who's the last one? Do you know who the other?
I have to imagine like Peyton Manning.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But yeah, I really liked Phillip Rivers. He was a really great quarterback. I was rooting for him too. In the Colts.
Did anybody catch the post game last week with Brady and Breeze hanging out after the game, and Brady throwing the pass to the corner of the end zone to one of Breeze's kids?
Yeah, Brady and Breeze.
Yeah,
although it's a very large competition, showing that it might most likely Drew Brees' last game as a Saint and last game in the NFL. Just Tom Brady greeting Drew Brees' family.
Did he announce that?
A touchdown pass too. What?
Did Brees announce that?
No,
Is
he
done?
hasn't announced it yet.
All right.
But it's very likely.
Let's not put the wagon before the horse here, okay? Let's slow the roll, because who knows what's going to happen with that.
Yeah, who knows? But in my opinion, Drew Brees will retire this year. Anyone else want to add anything?
Well, let's keep things moving. So let's.
I started to talk about the divisional round, but I could just mention who is in the divisional conference championships. In the NFC title for who's going to get the NFC title, NFC championship. It is the Packers and the Bucks, which will be a very great game. 12 versus 12. Both Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers are number 12. We will see. That's going to be a very fun game to watch. 2 veterans of football, both having very solid years. I believe the Packers will win, but you never know. Tom Brady might work his playoff magic.
Well, Antonio Brown out.
Yeah, that may impact them. Antonio Brown being out in this game. So we'll see what impact that has the game. And in the AFC Championship, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs take on Josh Allen and the Bills. And yes, I said Patrick Mahomes because Patrick Mahomes has officially been cleared to play in that game. So it's going to be a very good game to watch. You guys want to mention anything about that? Either of those games?
I have a question. So, you're saying the games that are going to be going on to the championships, right? And so, my question is, what are your thoughts on those games, and who do you think's going to win, and kind of why?
Well,
that's a loaded question.
I want the Bills to beat the Chiefs. I think that would be amazing. Josh Allen being a very young quarterback along with Patrick Mahomes, but Josh Allen, I think, has had a phenomenal season. Stephon Diggs, top 5 wide receiver in the league this year, in my opinion. Their defense has been a little bit underwhelming this year, but overall they have a lot of talent on the defense, and they have a lot of weapons on offense. Devin Singletary, Zach Moss. So they have a decently deep running back core. It's not the best running back core, but they get the job done. So I'd really like to see the Bills win. I don't know. I'm a big Josh Allen fan.
So you would like to see them win, but do you really think they're going to win?
That's a tough question because obviously Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes have probably the best offense in the league, and their defense is pretty mediocre. Tyrann Mathieu. Myles Marcoux doesn't think Tyrann Mathieu is that good, but I think he's pretty good. He played really well against the Browns. But again, it's the Browns. I mean, the Browns did do good this year, but Chris Jones, they have a lot of talent on that defense as well. So it's gonna be a tough game to watch. I think the Bills are gonna win, and I want the Bills to win. So yeah.
Myles Marcoux, you want to add on to that, or kind of move on to like a different game?
Well, just talking about that. I would love to see the Bills win.
We all know that.
I'm not a fan of the Chiefs, as everybody knows. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of the Bills either, but I think the Bills winning would be a new thing. Yeah. Anybody except for the Chiefs. I don't care except for that.
I'd like to say something quick about Tyrann Mathieu and the Bills. Is that I saw the game and he did catch a good interception, but it wasn't the best throw. And also, he was like matched up with someone and someone like broke his ankle, something like that, or got like a deep pass, and he was like getting all like I remember like a little heated, and he was talking some smack, even though he wasn't the one who was winning the matchup between the two players. So that was interesting.
I did end up seeing a mic'd up moment where Tyrann Mathieu was talking smack to, I believe, the Chiefs running back. And then on the very next play, the Chiefs offensive lineman, he had heard the play earlier, and they ran the ball. And even though the running back was tackled for loss, it was pretty funny because the Browns offensive lineman just kind of focused on Tyrann Mathieu and just laid him out. So that was pretty funny to see after Tyrann Mathieu was talking all that smack. Anyone else want to just add anything? Just go ahead, put it out there.
This is, excuse me, this is probably a good time to say how sorry we at the Sports Babble community are of the passing of Hank Aaron. I don't know if you guys are all aware of that, but Hank Aaron, home run legend, who just changed the face of the sport of baseball, just passed away, 86 years old this week, which is...
Was that yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it was just yesterday.
Miles, Marco, I know you're a big
Our
baseball
deepest
fan.
condolences.
Yeah.
Our
wanna say
deepest
anything about
condolences
that?
from Sports Babble. Yesterday, Hank Aaron passed away, and earlier this week, another baseball legend, Don Sutton, a pitcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers, who I was a pretty big fan of, he also passed away. So this week for baseball, two legends got
Crazy legends of the sport
passed away, and that's very sad. You know, the home run king and the mechanic both passing away. So our deepest condolences from Sports Babble with Myles and Quinn.
This was a little blurb. Hammer and Hank might be best known for eclipsing Babe Ruth's home run record, finishing with 755
didn't he beat
over
it?
his 23-year career in the big leagues. He's one of the game's most prodigious all-around hitters. He finished with 3,771 hits.
I mean, wow. Tough to see such a legend pass away after, like you guys said. I'm not the hugest baseball fan, but it's definitely sad to see someone who obviously changed the game of baseball pass away.
So I was just gonna talk like a little thing that I noticed about the AFC and the NFC just for divisional, like in the divisional round, is the AFC had like all the young quarterbacks like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield, and Patrick Mahomes. And then over on the other side, you had Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees. And then who was the other person who made it to the divisional?
Jared Goff.
Oh yeah, Jared Goff isn't really old, but
He's
still,
mediocre.
like a bunch of old quarterbacks on the NFC, and then a bunch, like all young quarterbacks on the AFC.
Yeah, so no matter who goes to the Super Bowl, it's going to be not really rookie, but second or third year quarterback versus just an NFL veteran. So that's going to be a fun game to watch. See who will pull out the win in the Super Bowl this year. My dad was just bringing it up before this. Matt Patricia signed with the Patriots, and you never know, but I personally think that might, after Matt Patricia playing with the Lions and playing alongside Matthew Stafford and the Patriots in desperate need of a quarterback, and them not having a fantastic pick in the draft to draft a quarterback. I believe they pick it like 16 or something just not that great. You never know. After Matt Patricia played with the Lions, he might carry over Matthew Stafford with them. I'm not sure.
I mean, are Patriots fans happy about this? I mean, he was like 13 and like
Are you
30
guys,
something over his
Are you guys
career.
happy about
Yes.
having Matt Patricia or
Yes.
possibly maybe getting Matthew Stafford?
Yeah. Oh, Matt Patricia, yeah, a lot. And Matthew Stafford, yes. I would love that. I think he'd fit in good with Belichick, too.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford is throughout his career has been a very, very underrated player. Some years top 5 quarterback in the league, and some years top 10. He's just been an all around great player, and it's just he's kind of had a little bit of a wasted career his past few years because the Lions don't have that much talent. He was really good when they had Calvin Johnson, Megatron, and when the Lions were doing really good, but now they don't have as much talent. They have Kenny Golladay and they have Marvin Jones, but I believe both of those players are at the end of their contract, and you never know, maybe Matthew Stafford is starting to float away from the Lions, but that's not a guaranteed thing. That's just something that could happen.
You ever hear the saying, one man's trash is another man's treasure? Could be, could be the case for him. Could be.
Yeah.
Whoa, we just start talking about how he's trash.
No, he's not trash. Okay, he's not trash.
It's just a figure of speech, Miles. It's just a figure of speech. That's all it is. One man's trash. I mean, he was fired from the Lions, wasn't he?
I mean, I don't know.
They must have thought something of him not too highly.
Miles Lane, you're starting to say something?
Yeah, I was just gonna be talking about how just the Patriots are kind of known for finding like diamonds in the rough. Like a bunch of their players didn't do well in college or stuff like that, and now they have and then they work them and train them, stuff like that, and then they become like really good players. And so I don't know, maybe they're gonna use all that training technique to turn Matthew Stafford back into the player he could be.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe. Unless anyone else has anything to say, I think this will bring us to our mid-break commercials. Going once, going twice. Bueller. Nothing. So
We'll be back.
let's go. All right, we'll be back after these words. Wow. Thanks, Dad. This is a great game.
You betcha. Pops Pretzels. Get your pops here. Get your pops here. Pops Pretzels. Get your pops here.
Hey, Dad, can we get a couple Pops Pretzels?
You betcha.
Sweet. Nothing compares to a warm, delicious, cooked to perfection Pops Pretzel at the game. Pops, they're perfect.
And if you can't make it to the game, let Pops Pre-Frozen bring the taste of the game to you.
Hey, this is Quinn, reminding you to head over to sportsbabblevt.com for show recaps, sports updates, contests, news, and more. Plus, click that contact us link and send us your thoughts, questions, or ideas. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Sports Babble with Myles and Quinn.
And we are back. So that was good. Made commercial break.
A little bit of a short episode today.
Yeah, but now we're gonna move on to Lane's Lowdown, listener questions, maybe not. Local sports with Noah and trivia. So, Myles Lane, take it away.
Thank you, Noah. So today on Lane's Lowdown, we're going to be visiting the topic of Dwayne Haskins, who is now on the Steelers, which I didn't really see coming. I mean, the Steelers, I guess Ben Roethlisberger is getting old. They're going to need a new quarterback. And I guess, like, Dwayne Haskins, I don't really know why they choose him, though. He doesn't really seem to fit the bill. But I know he was, like, a first-round draft pick, and he was kind of like a classic boom and bust, as they say, like, really good in college, and then just completely did horrible in the NFL. So I guess they're trying to train him, build up his skills.
Potential in what he can do.
Yeah, definitely. But
Thank
I
God
don't really
somebody
know.
does.
I watched him play. I didn't really see much potential in there, honestly. That was just me, though.
Yeah, personally, I don't think this is a great choice by the Steelers organization. Dwayne Haskins obviously had a very, very good college career. He did really well in college, got drafted in the first round, I think, as Myles Lane just said. But in NFL, he's been very underwhelming. That might be because he played on the Redskins, which are now the Washington football team, which recently hasn't had much offensive talent. They do have Terry McLaurin, who is a great second-year wide receiver.
Yeah.
But other than that, they don't have really any weapons. I mean, this year they were starting to get better, but I don't know. Maybe it was just the team he was around that reflected on him not playing good. I personally think the Steelers' offense is honestly, in my opinion, kind of a downgrade. The Steelers have a pretty deep wide receiver core. They have TikTok star Juju Smith-Schuster.
What was that name?
TikTok star Juju Smith-Schuster.
Oh, TikTok star. Oh, right. They shut him down though with that, didn't they?
Yeah. They have Chase Claypool, James Washington, and a couple other guys on that wide receiving core. They've Eric Ebron, I believe, at tight end, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure how Dwayne Haskins will fit in that scheme. Maybe he'll be phenomenal. You never know. Maybe he'll lead that team to Super Bowl. Yeah. I doubt it, but maybe he will. You never know. But I personally think this is not the greatest decision by the Steelers. I think in their situation, they're in a tough spot considering they don't have a great draft pick for a quarterback, and there's not too many free agent quarterbacks. You never know. Maybe they'll try and go for Deshaun Watson. Just putting it out there. I'm just throwing things out there this episode.
Conspiracy theory.
Right now, I'm just throwing things out there.
So Dwayne Haskins, he's been a letdown. Like Myles Lane said, he's been a boom and bust. In college, he was very good, I guess, allegedly.
Allegedly.
And in the NFL, he's been terrible. Of course, he beat the Panthers with Ron Rivera, and then when Ron Rivera came, he fired Haskins because they lost to the Panthers, so that's pretty confusing and sort of ironic. I'm not sure this is the best move. I mean, Big Ben, I don't know, 3 years at most. I'd give him probably 1 or 2 more. Is Dwayne Haskins really the right quarterback, though? I mean, there's so many good options that you could potentially target. Dwayne Haskins doesn't seem like he'll fit in with the organization, although Mike Tomlin is a very good coach. He's probably one of the top 5 coaches in the league. So I'm not sure. I'm excited to see what happens there, but it's like with New England, you get this quarterback who gets the ball out fast and doesn't take sacks and doesn't run. Then you're putting a younger, more mobile quarterback, and I'm not sure what's going to happen. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I like how you brought up Mike Tomlin. A great head coach. I wouldn't say top 3 because obviously there's Andy Reid, Bill Belichick, and Sean McVay. I really like Sean McVay.
Sean Payton too.
Yeah, Sean Payton. Yeah, but I like top 5 Mike Tomlin. He's a great head coach. Maybe he'll figure out something with Dwayne Haskins. But I'm not sure. So far, what I've seen out of Dwayne Haskins is he's not too good in the NFL. He could be a solid backup, though. But
Could be.
you never know. Maybe they just hired him as a backup. So Ben Roethlisberger could have, like Myles said, maybe another 1 or 2 years, and Dwayne Haskins could stay behind him and start and learn from Ben Roethlisberger. Then when Ben Roethlisberger eventually retires, he can come in and step into the role and hopefully have learned some stuff. Yeah.
Would you guys be embarrassed, like, if you were Patrick Mahomes and you had that injury and then your mom took to Twitter to, like, tell the guy that he was basically evil? Yeah, would you be embarrassed by that, just being that you're on the verge of the championship weekend?
His mom came at the guy that hit Patrick Mahomes. He came at him, or she came at him, and she was like, I don't know, she was super mad. I mean, that was kind of a mom being a mom, protecting her son. But it was pretty funny after the dude that hit Patrick Mahomes, he was like, I never meant to hurt you. I'm like, just trying to play the game of football. And Patrick Mahomes was like, it's all good, bro. So, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, here's, what was it? Mac Wilson. Mac Wilson was the guy that took him down. And his quote was, his tweet back, "No disrespect, Mom. I'm just playing hard. This is a dangerous game we play, and we take a risk every time we step foot on the field. I'm happy that Pat is okay, but mind you, I've never been a dirty player. I just want to win and be great like your son." Ooh, it's pretty man of him.
Powerful.
Very good
Powerful
response.
move.
10 out of 10 response.
If
right
you
there.
could have seen, I just had a tear in my eye when I read that.
Yeah. So Patrick Mahomes' mom, she's definitely popular for that. Remember when the reporters or the sportscasters kept calling him Pat Mahomes, and she was like, "Oh no, he doesn't like to be called that." So Patrick Mahomes' mom definitely protecting her son quite a bit. I'll give her that. But I mean, it comes to a point where this was a little bit much, That would be so mortifying if that were to happen,
Back to you, Myles Lane.
As long as she doesn't run out onto the field, that would be the worst.
Boy.
If she ran out,
now
and
we're legitimately worried about that.
What if she ran out and slapped him with like a pocketbook or something? After that happened, that would have been really embarrassing.
That would have been amazing. That kind of reminds me of this is kind of sidetracked, but speaking of internet sensation memes, the Bernie Sanders from our home state.
Incredible how big that's
wow,
become.
Those mittens.
I saw something.
He sold out on the first day. It's insane.
Yeah, no, I saw something of Cam Newton sitting on the bench. I'm pretty sure there's a picture of him sitting on the bench, kind of slouched down, kind of in that position from earlier in the year, and someone photoshopped Bernie Sanders next to him.
3 against the
Funny
Raiders.
looking.
That's great. Yeah, that's pretty clever. Whoever spotted that and made it a thing right away. I don't know how it started, but it became huge.
Yeah. Myles Lane, unless you have anything else to add for Lane's Lowdown, I think we're gonna move on to
You want to
local
cue up
news
your
and
next
sports with Noah.
segment there, Noah?
Yeah.
I think that was it.
All right. Thank you, Myles.
Local news and sports with Noah.
Yeah, you heard it. Noah, take it away.
Okie dokie. So we have for basketball, me and Quinn are back into it.
Congratulations on your negative test result,
Yeah,
Quinn. By the way,
congratulations.
Quinn has got the okay, the A-OK. And it's great.
Not even
because
COVID wants it. I'm joking.
It's great because he's gotten the okay to play, and that they can use half the gym now. Right.
But Governor Scott has moved us on to stage 2, so that means we can do scrimmages, a little bit of plays, not very high contact, but we can still
Within
do
the team, we can do
Yeah.
a little bit more contact.
Can you have someone guarding you?
Yeah, you
Yes.
can play
Yeah.
offense and defense.
Yeah.
But you can't do high contact stuff but within your team you can do low contact, offensive plays, defensive plays, inbounds, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you guys all want to play, and that's great. I got to really hand it to your coaches that, they got to, they're volunteers, and it's, incredible to go out and just coach a team of kids like that
Yeah.
under these circumstances, like that's just huge.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, what's going on in the skiing and snowboarding side of the town?
It is cold today.
We were gonna go up today.
Yeah, we were thinking about it. It's been snowing. It snowed on Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
I think we got like at least 9-10 inches at our house. So we were definitely like, we were definitely hurting when we couldn't go up because it's a school day school day remote stuff like that. And so we wanted to go up on the weekend. So we were like, because we thought there would be some good snow. Conditions. We heard someone went up and said the conditions were good. It's just it was just so cold. They had their warm stuff on and they were still freezing. So that's Vermont for you.
And the lines. Tell them about the lines. How the lines have been at the lift lines.
I mean, it's just kind of insane when they say what's the capacity?
I don't even 50%. I think is supposed to be.
And it
looks
shows
like
in
it's
one
more
line.
people than there was last year.
The parking lot is still
I
full.
know.
There's like nowhere to park for the most. Well, there's places to park. It's not like when it's fully open, but like it's amazing how crowded it really is, and they're only letting. You can only ride the lift if you're with people in your party. So sometimes you have one person on a 4-person lift.
I mean,
sometimes on the gondola.
unless the person you can do a one person, but you can also like say you're in a singles line, you can ride with another single if you want to, and that's like up to you. They ask do you want to ride with this other person? They can either say yes or no depending on what they feel comfortable with, and usually I haven't really seen something like that.
Yeah, no, I've seen a couple people that don't know. I saw a guy the other day that was a single, and the lifty said, "Would you like to ride with this other single?" He said, "No, thanks, I'm all set." Because it's really up to you.
You went up yesterday. How was it?
Yesterday was great because it was warm. It was like 30 degrees. It was almost a little bit too warm, but it was actually really good up there. So yeah, but unfortunately today was just an absolute cold.
Yeah.
It was like 0 degrees to start and
windy, colder throughout the day.
Yeah, so not something that we really wanted to mess with.
Yeah, and
today.
you never know; those conditions might freeze over. So, or at least get like they're like right now, or I believe it's been like kind of fluffy a little, like you compact it a little bit, but it's been kind of like the perfect snow. And now I feel like that's gonna all turn into like that little like fake snow, like when they're blowing snow, all that stuff that's kind of like icy. And
they still refer to like wood skiing and riding. You ever hear them refer to low tide, high tide?
Yeah.
Low tide typically means there's not enough snow to cover the woods and the sticks and the stuff and the junk that you need to ride over. We're kind of getting into like more of a medium tide right now, but it's still a little bit dangerous. I know people that have still gotten hurt in the woods, and I hit some things in the woods yesterday that were seemingly still not buried enough, so people just need to be careful.
And that kind of brings us back to the start of the year where I was going up the lift and I was like, I didn't even know this was here, because when we usually went up, it was maybe like at the end of January, something like that, when we were doing the skiing ride. Yeah, when we were starting the program, and all that junk and like all those sticks, stumps, rocks, that was all covered. But when we started, maybe
early December.
Yeah, early December. You could see like creeks running down right through the middle of like right under the lift, and that kind of makes you feel like it's kind of unsafe to ride, even though when it feels fine when you're riding it on a regular day.
It's like cold spring riding.
Yeah.
So back to your basketball discussion, it's important. It's interesting to note that although that you guys are able to now play more contact and this and that, COVID is still very much like going crazy.
Very much still a thing.
It's going crazy, So like we're big UVM basketball team fans.
Yeah.
The Catamounts.
No, if you want to switch it, you see the claw in the background.
Yeah. They can see it. It's like right here. There we go. Got it.
And it's the UVM basketball team all UVM college athletics are now on hold until February 4th because of outbreaks of COVID.
Oh my God.
So the question becomes, if these college level teams are having trouble managing this, and these guys are tested, I think, all the time, how are you guys going to maintain a season. We'll see. That's to be
Yeah.
determined.
And
TBD.
even just
TBD.
even just as not even a season, how are you gonna even maintain school itself?
Well, and like I said before, Quinn's team is only using half of an elementary school gym right now because the other half is reserved for like
kids.
pieces of like kitchen equipment and tables that need to be in a quarantined off area. So it's like, it's not been ideal at all, So, but we'll see what happens. It's everyone's kind of dealing with the same thing. So we'll see how it goes.
Anyways, I think that wraps up for local news and sports. Ping pong.
Local news and
Right back
sports
to
with
you, Noah, with listener question trivia.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do a trivia this one because
No trivia?
No, wait.
No, not trivia. Stop. Okay. I don't think we're gonna do a listener question because this is kind of part 2, and we haven't had any games going on, so I don't really have anything to go off of for the upcoming games or like the games that have been going on. Because
But do you think we can do a little trivia, maybe?
yeah.
Trivia question number 1.
Let me find one.
He's looking for a question.
Who is?
He's looking for a question. This is the pressure is really on him
I
right
can't
now.
find one.
What?
I know.
Give me that thing.
I know the answer.
Give me that. Give me.
And make sure to answer with the trivia.
While we're looking
Jeopardy.
for it, answer the question. Okay.
Answer the question with who is, right, or what is.
What is who? You got to answer it like phrase it like a question, and not like Myles Marcoux did the last time, where he was like, I forget what he was like. Drew Brees? Not like that. Let's see. Ooh, nope. Stand by. Stand by. This is really no. You should have done this ahead. Okay. All right, here we go. You guys aren't gonna even know this, but it's gonna be fine.
I bet they will.
Because you're gonna figure it out. You want to read it, Noah?
Sure. Which player holds the
Slowly.
Which player holds the NFL record for longest interception return? Is it Ed Reed, Epic Barry, Deion Sanders, or Ronnie Lott? One of the 4.
Let me see that.
No, who would you like to answer first?
Myles Marcoux.
All right, Myles, you need the question again?
I just need the people again.
All right, so the longest interception return. Ed Reed, Eric Berry, Deion Sanders, Ronnie Lott.
I feel like this is a trick question, but I also think it's like so obviously not a trick question. So I'm going to go with Sanders.
So Myles Marcoux says Deion Sanders. And we're going to go to Quinn.
He did not phrase it like a question.
wait, no.
He did not phrase it like a question. So
Deion
unfortunately, Myles
Sanders.
Marcoux is out. Okay, so who is Deion Sanders was Myles' answer. Now, Quinn, we're going to go to you.
Who is Deion Sanders?
Who is Ronnie Lott?
Quinn
A football player.
says, who is Ronnie Lott? All right, we're going to go to Miles Lane.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Deion Sanders too. He's
Question.
a legend.
Form it as a question.
Format is okay. So who is
What
Deion?
is Deion Sanders?
Who
He's
is?
not a
He's
what.
not a what. He's an it. He's a who.
Who is Deion Sanders?
Thank you.
Football player.
Okay, Noah, did you want to take a crack at this one?
Sure. So we got 2 Deion Sanders.
Ed Reed, Eric Berry, Deion Sanders, Ronnie Lott.
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay, so Noah is a no contest.
All right.
All right.
And the answer is
No, we have to go with the majority. So did we have 2 Deion Sanders?
Yeah.
Okay, so click Deion Sanders first.
All right, let's see if we have Deion Sanders.
Oh.
It is a no. Deion Sanders is a no.
And Quinn, what'd you say?
I said Ronnie Lott.
Ronnie Lott.
All right, now we're gonna go with Ronnie Lott.
Ronnie Lott. Oh.
Dang
Who do we got left? Who we got left?
So we're down to either Ed Reed or Eric Berry.
You know,
Two of people I don't even.
Barry.
It's obviously
It's
Eric
Eric Berry.
It's Eric Berry.
So the thought is now that it's clearly Eric Berry.
oh,
Is that...
we were just joking around.
All right, here we go. Ready? We're gonna see if it's Eric Berry. Oh,
Who would say Eric Berry?
You had 4
It's
choices.
obviously the other guy.
Everyone
other
knew
one.
that
I
it's
said
Ed
it was
Reed.
Ed Reed. I said
Everyone
that.
knew that. Let's try it.
We were just
Let's
joking
just
around.
to
Ed
see.
Reed.
Here we go. Ed Reed.
Oh, of course.
Let's do one more.
Yeah, let's do another.
Another one. You guys just can't take
Yeah, let's
defeat.
do one more.
You guys can't take defeat. That's the problem. All right, let's see. Here we go.
Yeah, both Mileses. You guys need to answer
Ooh.
like a question, not.
This is a tough one. This is they should be tough. All right, I don't feel bad. All right.
I
So
mean,
here we
you
go.
guys know a lot.
You want me to read this one, Noah?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Who? Ready? Is everyone ready? Whom is the only Super Bowl MVP to have played on the losing team? The only Super Bowl.
I know what team they're for.
Hold the phone. The only Super Bowl MVP to have played on the losing team. Was it Chuck Howley, Larry Zonka, Randy White, or Len Dawson?
I don't remember what. I know what team they're on.
Wait, so he played
It
on the
doesn't-
losing team before?
All right, so the choices of the Super Bowl MVP to have played on a losing team: Chuck Howley, Larry Zonka, Randy White, Len Dawson. You got to just kind of take a stab at one. Whoever's willing to take a stab.
Who
I
is?
believe I can.
How about we make it easy? It's either Chuck, Larry, Randy, or Len. Quinn?
Who is?
I'm gonna go Larry.
Here we
I'm
go.
gonna go Larry.
So Noah says, "Who is Larry Zonka?"
Who is Larry Zonka? Who is he?
Who is Lynn Dawson?
Len Dawson. Okay, so we have a Zonka and a Dawson. Quinn.
Who is? Give me the options again.
Oh my gosh. Chuck Howley, Larry Zonka, Randy White, or Len Dawson?
Who is Chuck Howley?
Chuck Howley. And Myles Lane, we're going to you. You've got either Chuck, Larry, Randy, or Len.
Gonna go with Howie. I don't know.
Howley.
I'm just picking a
We
random-
all changed
He
the
goes
different
with Howley.
people.
I think you guys even merged first names and last names.
So one person's gonna get it right.
All right. So first we're going to start with Myles. Noah, what was your choice?
I said Larry.
Larry Zonka.
Larry Zonka.
Oh,
It is not Larry Zonka.
Noah's
of
wrong.
course I knew that.
I said Chuck, dude. I said the Chuck, dude.
Quinn said the Chuck Dude. We're going to go with Chuck Dude. And I think Myles
Who
Lane
is
also...
Chuck Dude?
Myles Lane also picked the Chuck Dude, which is Chuck Howley. Here we go.
Oh,
We don't even need to do the other ones. Miles, you're. Let's just because Michael picked Len Dawson. Let's just hear it.
Did you just say Michael?
Ooh.
Miles.
Michael.
Oh, well, me and Myles Lane, obviously superior in the trivia.
Mm-hmm.
Someone go back and do the stats of who is.
I'm gonna give
leading
you
in
one
trivia.
more. I'm gonna give you one
One
more.
more.
Just one more.
One more.
All right, one
Who
more.
holds the single season record for touchdown receptions? Tim Brown, Calvin Johnson,
Oh, I know this one.
Jerry Rice, or Randy Moss? We may have done this one.
I know it. Me know.
Miles, Marcoux, go ahead.
Who is Randy Moss?
I'm gonna go with Randy Moss too, because
I'm gonna go with who is Randy Moss too.
Who
Quinn.
is Randy Moss?
Quinn is who is Randy Moss.
Who
and
is?
Miles Lane, do you want a different one, or is that who it is?
No, I mean, it's either Jerry Rice or Randy Moss, and I guess I'll go with Randy Moss.
Here is the answer.
Yes, I knew it. I knew
was
it.
Right.
Yes,
Randy Moss.
I knew it first, which means I get more credit.
We're
I
going to
get
be sure to
500%
give
credit
Miles.
because everybody else copied me.
Yeah, let's make sure that we give Miles Marcoux more credit for that one. Let's everyone make note.
All right.
Write it down.
Miles has been credited. All right. I think that pretty much wraps it up for this episode of Sports Babble with Miles and Quinn.
44 minutes, pretty short.
Thank
you like
for
that,
joining
comment,
us.
comment.
Yeah, comment longer or shorter. Maybe we'll listen. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll. I don't know. No, we'll listen.
Yeah, we'll listen.
All right. Yeah. Anyways, we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks
on
for
Sports Babble with
subscribing.
Miles
Enjoy
and
the
Quinn.
games.
Subscribe. Eat bacon. Go Buffalo Bills.
With Myles and Quinn.